it's your boy Sensei Glove, the bald head black anime nerd, back with my review of One Piece manga chapter 975, Kinemon's Clever Trick. And this was a really good chapter. On my reread of the official translation, it was actually really good, and it had a lot of like gems that kind of connected the last chapter to this chapter that I kind of overlooked when reading the last chapter, just because it was so fucking hype. But I really do appreciate that, and also Oda is a fucking comedic genius for the way that he did this chapter. Obviously, the chapter starts out where the last one picked off. Shinobu she got fodderized by Kanjuro for some fucking reason. She's tied up with a snake. I know everybody was wondering what the fuck happened to Shinobu. Wasn't she on the lake? I did think to myself, like, she probably just got knocked out. Like, it was probably something simple. So it was good to get a revelation of that. Obviously, Kanjuro's tweaking because he sees that Luffy people pulled up. He's trying to wonder why. Like, did their plan not work? Like, what happened? The Kaido pirates are talking mad shit to Luffy and them, basically saying like, nah bro, like, we captured you niggas already, like, y'all ain't shit. Also, it don't even matter if y'all get there because Big Mom and Kaido have teamed up, so that throws everybody into a whirl. But I like Luffy's response to that, where he's like, yo, what the fuck, why are these fodder ass people talking shit? Like, let's go beat their ass. And I love that Oda is doing this parallel between this moment in Sabaody with Law, Luffy, and Kid, where they basically just are having a flex off to see just who's more of a badass, essentially. Where Luffy goes bound man, Kid uses his punk move, which is a transformation that I would love to see more of. Like, I just can't wait to see more of Kid. He is my favorite supernova outside of Zoro, of course. So I just can't wait to see more of him, and Law uses Rune as well. And they take out one ship together. Obviously, a lot of people were like, you know, hey, that's overkill. They could have just taken out a ship a person. Yeah, but obviously we put too much on portrayal. Like, Oda's clearly just mirroring the Sabaody shit for it to be some nostalgic feeling for us readers that were reading Sabaody, like, oh shit, this is lit. So I really did appreciate that. They were badasses through and through, took out the ship. Lo and behold, something I did not expect to see in this chapter, but I was happy to see it, was the but Luffy and the gang finally find out that Denjiro is Kyoshiro. Kyoshiro shows up with a naval ship, and obviously the Kaido pirates think, oh yeah, bet we gonna fuck these niggas up. Wrong. So essentially Kyoshiro slices off half a ship, like, you know, I just need to disable your cannons that you were gonna use. So that's tweaking the Kaido pirates out. They're like, oh fuck, he's flipping. And that also tweaks out Kanjuro. To where Denjiro basically reveals himself. He takes his wig off, which is hilarious, by the way. He takes his wig off, and reveals to the Scabbards, like, hey, I'm actually one of you guys. And this ties all the way back to the Mountain God incident of 40 fucking years ago. Like, none of this would have happened without that incident. Like, I know we were reading that shit, like, what purpose is this? But obviously, at the time, I'm like, well, this is just building the relationship between Odin and the first meetup of the Scabbards. So that's essentially how Kinemon recognized him when he told that story. Like, no, I have to thank you for the Mountain God incident where everybody thought it was Odin being a menace, but it was actually yo ass Kinemon for being greedy that caused it. So Kinemon realizes this is Denjiro. I loved how they all like gassed Denjiro. Like, they were like, oh no, he's a god with the blade. We need to be careful. Like, you're like, damn, nigga, like, I thought y'all all was like gunning for each other's necks as far as who's stronger. So that really brought up a interesting conversation about who's the strongest Scabbard, right? Like, I really want to know. So in the comments down below, let me know who you guys think is like the strongest Scabbard, because I don't know, bro. The niggas was gassing Denjiro. I had Ashura Doji at first, but it's up in the air now, nigga. So I don't know. Continuing from there, obviously Denjiro shows up and he basically reveals that, you know, hey, we stole the people. I got all the people from the capital, which I said in my last video. He was probably going to bring all the people from the capital. But on top of that, he reveals that he was going to out himself, but he did it at the right time because he was waiting on the traitor to be revealed. He assumed that Kinemon knew that there was a traitor, and explains that he read the translation from Yasui of the new symbol, incorrectly, but obviously he's stating it as if Kinemon did that on purpose, like to, you know, fool your enemies, to fool your allies as well. When, you know, everyone's thinking all the ships and everybody won't be able to meet up because the ships are destroyed. It's like, nah, they weren't destroyed. The actual meaning of this is to go to a different port, which obviously in Japanese people probably understood, like, oh, but when I was reading it, I was like, huh, you know what I mean? Like, but nah. So it was more of a, okay, you go to this port at this time, not that port. So when they attacked the wrong port, giving Kanjuro's false information, it basically just fell into their plans. And obviously Denjiro's gassing Kinemon like, you're a genius and you have my respect for that. And Kinemon's just like, yeah. But then, like, in his head, he's like, oh, so shit, it actually meant something else. And it's just funny because you can go back to other chapters and actually see when they were going over that plan that Kinemon didn't really look too sure about whether or not the plan was legit or not. But it's just like, you know, fuck it gotta be this because this is what I know. And it's just hilarious that they're staying true to this Kinemon character as just like a funny ass, like he's still in that mindset of a fuck up. Like he's still a fuck up a little bit, but we fuck with you. So I did appreciate that. That was great. I am hyped because this is setting up everything. The forces are now at 5,400 people. Obviously, Nekomamushi still has to pull up. So we don't know when they're going to do that. I didn't think that Denjiro was going to pull up with the whole crew at this point. I thought that was going to be something that happened in the middle of the war. But since it didn't, I don't know. Maybe Nekomamushi can pull up not next week because it's a break, but in the next chapter, because we still need him to pull up. We still expect the Marines to pull up. I'm just overly hyped for this war. Like, I'm hyped. I don't even know if I think that they lose here. Like, I don't even, like, I'm really just want to be here for the ride. Like, I don't know if they lose. I don't know if they win. I don't know if they struggle. I don't know if someone gets captured. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know if the alliance pulls up. I don't know how this is gonna work. But I am hyped as shit for sure. This is a great fucking chapter. Overall, I give it like a 8.5, 9 out of 10 because it was hype, but we saw it coming. We just didn't know at what point it would come. For it to come immediately after the last hype chapter, it is still hype, but it was like, damn, okay. You can make a case that it could have been more hype in the middle of a conflict or something like that. Whereas, you know, they didn't really need to pull up with all those ships, but it was still poetic. Nice little callbacks to things we learned in the flashback. It's good that we finally have the official Denjiro on our side. Overall, like I said, 8.5, 9 out of 10. Like, comment, subscribe. Fuck with the kids, Sensei Lay Glove. Follow me on Twitter at Sensei Lay Glove. Follow me on Instagram at Sensei Lay Glove. Fuck with me. Let me know what your thoughts are of the chapter down below. Let me know what your thoughts are of my review down below. Hit me up with any topics or any content you want me to fulfill. Happy quarantine, niggas, man. I hope y'all washing y'all hands and staying safe out here. Chicago on lockdown, so we all locked down. But other than that, man, Sensei Lay Glove.